Hi guys, this is my next video. It is a vlog this time. I wanted to try something different and really challenge myself. I was hanging out with a friend. I had all my gear, so we were like, okay, cool, let's go ahead and try it. What you're about to see is what we came up with. It took us a little bit longer than we thought. There's a lot of footage that I had to go through, and that's why it took so long. You're also going to see me at the end of this video to kind of recap everything. I will see you at the end. Alright guys, so remember how I was saying that I might go hang out with some friends. Obviously, as you can see, this is not my house. This is
mine.
This is my good friend Ivan. We're gonna do a little tour. Okay, so I'm gonna end up just redoing this part and we're gonna do it the right way.
I like my straw.
Alright.
Well, I started this really cool thing with my friends that, like, if you're wrong about something, well, so you're wrong and I'm right. I'm like, oh, I told you that you're wrong. What we started doing is we started doing 10 push-ups.
Oh, there you go.
So it's like you're wrong. You have to do 10 push-ups, but it's good because like it helps your body.
Yeah.
But then it's also like it's good. So like there's no wrong
I
in
feel like
that.
if I did this with my wife, I would be ripped because I'm ripped. Dude, she would be like, "Do it again. You're wrong." I'm like, "I'm always wrong. I love you, Margaret. You're out there and you're watching." Yeah, maybe I should actually implement that.
Did someone let you in easy?
Yes, it was nice because as soon as I was pulling up, someone was coming in too, so I was just like right on in. I didn't have to wait, so it was perfect.
So I'm the worst. What I'm discussing is earlier Tony got here before me.
Yeah.
I sent him the directions of how to get inside the apartment. He's been here one other time. It's still really confusing whenever you come in.
His apartment complex is like a safe. You just like really have to know the code.
One time I got locked out of the apartment and I left my keys. I went out with a couple of friends and there was no way to get in. Yeah, if you get locked out, you get locked out.
Yeah, well, it's nice that you have that security here too. I mean, that's always good when you have like
safe.
a nice apartment.
Yeah, it's a really safe.
Especially being so close to downtown.
It's literally if you go down like the road over there, it's just like a 7-minute walk to like be in the American Airlines Center. When I moved here, like I was super low on cash. Yeah. And I was like, wow, like what am I gonna do? Like I don't have anything to do. And I was like really mopey around the house. And then one of my friends called me and he's like, hey, let's go out. And I'm like, well, I'm on a budget. And he's like, well, I didn't say like we have to like go out and get party. He's like, let's just go out to grab like walk around the city. And I'm like, okay. Literally spent the whole day, like, time of my life. Like, it was so fun.
It's so cool to appreciate those little things.
Like, I encourage people to do that. Like, that's the thing.
Some people can't stand it, though. I'll say, like, hey, let's just go for a walk. Let's just go grab some coffee and hang out at a coffee shop or something. And then they'll be like, oh, that sounds boring. That sounds like, I don't want to do that. Let's go out. Let's go get drunk. Let's go to the club. And I'm like, I'm good. If I'm hanging out with someone, I want to know my time is valued and I want their time to be valued too. And like, that's why I've noticed a lot more of my friends that I've hang out with. It's been a lot more about who's worth my time. And that sounds bad sometimes, but you got to know who are the right people that you got to have in your life and the people who are going to like progress you forward.
And that's the thing where I feel there's a lot of people that I've been friends with in the past and that I still care for, but that they're still stuck in their ways of where they were before. And you know, it's sad to say they're not doing something for themselves. They expect things to be handed to them. And in life, like things do not get handed to you. Like I wish.
They really don't.
They don't get handed to you at all.
So this is completely not planned at all, guys. Random. This is 100% natural. I don't know what's going to happen or what's going to end up and what's going to get cut, what's not going to get cut. But we just decided that we wanted to talk about, you got to understand that there's going to be those people that you can stay in your life and understand that there's going to be people who are going to progress you forward, who are going to be the people that you need in your life versus there's those people that unfortunately you're probably going to have to cut. It sucks to do that because maybe that person has been there for a long time, but they're stuck in that place where they're not doing anything. And that's one thing as me and Ivan hang out. We don't hang out all the time, but every time we do hang out, it's such a good conversation. It's such a good environment.
I didn't even feel like I missed, like whenever I saw you, it was just like, hey!
I haven't seen him since last year on his birthday. Yeah. And it's like I saw him yesterday. And I know that if I was ever just deciding I wanted to do something or if I had trouble, Ivan is going to give me 100% honest advice. He's always been that person who's going to be progressing me forward versus holding me back. And it's nice to have those friendships. Eventually you got to get to that point in your life where you kind of got to decide how to see those type of relationships.
It sounds crazy to say, but going back to what you were saying about the friends that will push you forward or the friends that won't. For me, I've had a lot of people, and I even think back to my past where like I used to have like, oh, this is my best friend and I'll do anything for them. Yeah. And I fast forward and I think about where that person is now. If you ask them, they're gonna say, oh, you changed. But I'm me. Like I didn't change at all. I worked my ass off and you should want to be here with me.
Right.
But it's up to you.
I've definitely had those relationships too. And there's the guys who want to hang out on the weekends, and I'm like, yeah, sure, let's hang out. Or sometimes I'm like, man, I can't, I got to study, or maybe I'm working that weekend, or something's going on, and I'm like, man, I close and I open them the next morning.
And for me, I've always tried to say, like earlier, you told me, and I'm very thankful that when you hang out with me, like I help to make you better, and vice versa. Same goes to you. Like whenever you message me, I'm like, yeah, it means a lot to me. But I think that more people need that outside of the outlet of social media, and they need it and the outlet of like just great friends. Like great friends mean more than one like on Instagram or 100 likes on Instagram, whatever it is, you know? I think that people sometimes do it through social media thinking that they're making a difference. And some people do. Like some people do make a difference, but there's other people that just do it for the followers or just do it for certain reasons. And it's not genuine.
Giving likes and getting social media presence online.
That's cool too. So
it's very cool. Very cool. This is Ivan Cantu. Follow my Instagram, whatever your handle is. We'll get to that later.
Cantu everything.
Okay, what is your brand?
I can too.
His last name is
Ivan Cantu. I can too.
Oh, there's someone at the door. All right. So another person got here. We're not non-disclosure agreement, so we can't say who it is. Next thing. Okay, we're back, guys. Obviously, this is a different day. This is new clothes. We got distracted. Someone else that came over, and it turned into a longer night. A lot more conversations were had. A lot of good footage, but a lot of stuff. It was like, okay, we got to redo it. But where we left off, we were talking about you have those friends that are still doing the same thing, which isn't necessarily bad, but it's the fact that you want to do better. You want more out of life, and they're kind of seeing you doing that, and they're like, well, oh, you're too good for us, or something like that. Have you ever been stuck in a situation like that where you had a friend who was just kind of like, hey, man, you're not the same anymore?
Definitely friends, but I'll also say a little bit of family too, and that sounds really ugly, and I love my family to death. I say it in the sense of, my family means everything to me for one, but sometimes my extended family, not my immediate family understand, but my extended family will say, oh, they're too good now because they're always traveling and they're always doing this. And it's like, yeah, we are, but we pay for it.
Right.
It's not
we worked hard for that.
We worked hard for it. It's not that you're better. It's just like, I saved every last bit of what I had to save to make this happen. You don't know the work that I put into me traveling, because I don't post when I'm going to work, or hey, I'm going to work right now. Hey, I'm going to work extra hours. Like, I don't post that.
I have one friend who owns his own business. He does a lot of stuff with homes. Buying old homes, fixing them up, selling them again. I love having him as a friend because, one, he's a good influence, but he posts about his failures too. So when something doesn't go his way, he's like, hey, you know what, this happened, this deal fell through. And I think that's important to understand, that those failures aren't necessarily bad. He saw that as okay, because he knew for a fact that that's a step I have to take to grow. And I think being around those type of people are also good, rather than having that friend who says, oh man, you sucked, or that maybe that didn't turn out. It's like, oh man, you shouldn't even try again. But you have to keep on going, and seeing that failure not as something, oh man, I should be down and about it, but
failures aren't failures. Like, failures make you better.
It definitely helps having people like not even just, I guess, the friends that are like physically close to you, but even like if they're far away and they know that you're trying to do something online or a new job, and they see you posting about it, and then there's that little encouragement. It's like, oh, I see you working, or whatever it is. It's something that shows that validation, like, okay, cool, I'm on the right path, versus someone being like, dude, give up.
And there's people that do that too, like they won't like it just because they're upset at you or something. It's exciting to see somebody notice me for like a second,
see that I'm doing something.
I'm like, wow, like, how do you see that? It's cool though.
Yeah, I went to like a little family get together, but people were asking, it's like, oh, like, did you bring your camera? Let's do some videos. And I was like, oh, you watch? Like, oh yeah, we love them. And I'm like, man, I've only done like 5 videos.
Do they comment on it, or are they the ones that don't, but then they see it?
Both. Some of them say a comment, but don't like, or some of them do nothing, but then they'll shoot me like a text message.
But they see it. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I didn't even realize that, y'all were watching. I was like, I appreciate it. It's cool. It's nice to, again, just that validation, having that good circle of people around you to push you to do things.
But even if they do it on social media, other people see it too. And then sometimes if someone comments on it, it makes someone else comment on it, and like, or you know what I mean? Like, it builds from there.
What helps you see the people that should be in your life versus the people you couldn't live without?
It's definitely someone that doesn't allow me to have excuses. I'll mention my friend Deborah, who I love with all my heart, and my friend CJ, who I love with all my heart. I love a lot of my friends. I could call them right now and say, hey, this happened. And if I'm playing victim, they'll call me out on it.
That's good.
And then that's what makes me want them in my life. And then, but it'll make me think like, damn, I am wrong.
You get that outside view looking in, so you
Definitely.
can see what's going on.
What makes me think of people that I want to move forward with are people that will hold me accountable. That's who I want in my life. People that will listen and people that will help me whenever I vent to them. They'll also give me feedback, and they'll make me better.
And welcome back. So, as you can tell from the video, it was a little hectic. We had to split it up into 2 days, as was said in the video, because someone came over, and we did actually continue, but a lot of the footage was just rambling on. A lot of topics got thrown in there, and it turned into something completely bigger. That would have been way too long of a video, so we cut that out. The second day, we tried to redo it. We did a lot better of a job. There was so much footage I had to go through, and that's again why it took so long to do all this. But the bad thing is I made the rookie mistake of accidentally deleting one of the files. So because of that, I don't have the outro, so that is why we are back here. The gist of what we were basically trying to say is you have to have the right type of circle of people around you. And we said circle of people because we didn't want to just narrow it down to just friends or just family, because that circle should be filled with friends, family, good mentors. It could be anybody that's going to have a positive influence on your life, because ultimately that's the goal, is to have yourself surrounded with the people who are going to project you to have the better life that you want to have, to reach your goals, versus the people who are just going to bring you down. The other thing we kind of wanted to explain is the fact that, you know, we mentioned how sometimes you're going to have to cut people off. It isn't always necessarily a hard cut of people being out of your life. Most of the time, what we both kind of came to realization is those negative relationships that we didn't need anymore in our lives just naturally faded away by themselves. And it was kind of due to the fact that everybody was just on different paths. The people who are with us and wanted to be a part of that journey and support us in that journey stuck along and are still there. People who didn't fell off, and it is what it is. So you don't really always have to fear about what it's going to be like if you have a negative conversation with a friend. Sometimes there is a bad fallout. We all know a friend who's possibly had a really bad fallout. Those happen every once in a while. It was also because we realized we should never have to sacrifice our happiness for someone else. If I'm doing something that makes me happy but my friend isn't happy, I'm not going to stop doing that so I can make that person happy. It should always be about what you want to do with your life. And if that person is a good friend, they will support those decisions. The right friends are going to choose to be there. They're going to be honest with you, and they're not going to be afraid to follow you on that journey. They're also going to understand where you're going to need to take those times for yourself to pursue whatever it is that you want to do, whether it's your career, school, something that you're just passionate about. The right friends will understand that journey and encourage you to follow that path. You want to surround yourself not only with the right people who are going to push you forward, but also the people who are going to be as like-minded as you. And what I mean by that, for me, since I started getting into this passion of photography and cinematography, my circle has changed. And it's been really cool to see that, because now I've surrounded myself a lot more with different types of people who follow their own passion, who own their own business, who are also in the creative field. And it's been a lot of fun to see that. I still have my main friends who I still talk to. You know, we plan our poker nights together, we plan our movie nights, and just the normal like hangout times, even if it's as simple as just texting or Snapchatting on the phone. Little things like that do go a long way. We hope you enjoyed the video. It was a lot of fun to make. If you have any suggestions of upcoming topics, by all means, please leave a comment below and let us know what you would like to hear. I'm definitely going to be making a lot more of these type of videos, so I would love to hit a certain topic that people have on their minds. That would be really cool. If there's any other video that you think I should possibly make, like what type of camera gear do I use, that's definitely also part of my creative process. Anytime someone comments or something or sends me a message on one of my videos, it usually leads into the future creation of the next videos. And of course, subscribe, and if you like the video, please drop a like, and I will see y'all in the next one. Later.